What's going on, guys and gals, and welcome to Good Real Hunting. Well, we are doing the Real March Madness. BrettMan, I got you this time, my friend. We're at the Sweet 16, man. We've this is the third round of the tournament, the big ass tournament of the best 80s movies of all time.
Whoa! Tournament? Wait, I thought it was somebody's Sweet 16. That's why I got the cake. I got the cake in the refrigerator. I got the presents. I thought we were celebrating somebody's Sweet 16.
Well, here's what I want you to do, BrettMan. I want you to take that cake and those presents, and I want you to roll them right up in a nice, tight little ball. And I want you to turn that son of a bitch sideways and stick it straight up your candy ass, because today we're going to be talking about the Sweet 16, man. We got 16 more contestants, and after tonight, there's going to be 8. There's going to be 8.
Oh, for the Elite 8. And I'm so curious of what those 8 movies are going to be, but all 16 movies are very deserving of their spot tonight. Chris, what's going on, my buddy, my pal?
Buongiorno.
Are you excited?
Hell yeah, I'm excited, man. You know what? We got some tough ones tonight, though. It's gonna be a fucking bloodbath.
Oh man, I wonder what upsets you two assholes are going to pull on me this week or on this night.
Last week, man, we had a 1 seed going out. We had BrettMan's bracket got busted all to hell last week, man. We had a really good time, though. A lot of good matchups.
Yeah, of course, y'all had a good time.
Well, it's not fun, if your bracket doesn't get busted, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man.
Chris, so I got your bucket smiling down there.
Sorry, man. You think I had something else to add to that?
Yeah.
No, I'm going back over it again.
But Brad, you just want to go ahead, just lay it down, just in case if anybody is new to the Real March Madness.
Yes, what we've been doing, man. We started off with 64 teams. Do you have the running bracket, BrettMan? The full running bracket. You could.
Well, yes, I got the updated one. If you want to take a gander at it.
Yeah, if
my computer wants to corroborate. Here we go.
Let's take a gander, shall we?
Let's take another gander. So we started off a couple weeks ago with 64 movies here. We're trying to find the best of the 80s. As you can see here on the bracket, we have it pulled up. We've gone through 2 rounds already. Half the teams have been eliminated. Actually, over half the teams have been eliminated. Now we're down to just 16, like I said. It's been a good time. So what we do is we basically go over each matchup. We vote on it. 2 out of 3 wins, moves on to the next round. Simple, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Not a big deal. Tonight, what we're going to do, since there's only 8 matchups now instead of 32, like the first episode, is we're going to take a little bit more time to flesh out these matchups. So we're going to discuss them a little bit more before we vote on them. To see if anybody can change anybody's mind or whatever last second. So that's pretty much what we're doing in a nutshell.
No, that's not being in a nutshell. Here's what's being in a nutshell. Help me! I'm stuck in the middle nutshell. No, sorry, man.
That's the second week Austin Powers is prepped into this.
Perfect setup. Too much.
Hey man, yeah, you set me up on that one. But what 16 teams are we going to be celebrating is the question. And just in case if y'all didn't get a clear viewing, here's a better view of your Sweet 16 right here.
Yes.
Yeah, Racing Arizona. What the fuck, man?
It's on a Cinderella story, man. What seed was that coming in?
9 seed. So technically, it beats the Cinderella Bill, and then Christmas Vacation, Batman, Lethal Weapon. Yeah, like a lot of interesting. It's just in case if y'all don't see what's under Aliens, that is the Breakfast Club. But yeah, man, so many interesting. This is really interesting. I never imagined the Sweet 16 looking like this for the most part.
You know what though? I think all but one, if I'm not mistaken, of the bracket that I filled out is still here at the moment. Because I had First Blood going to the Sweet 16. Outside of that, everything else is the same, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Alrighty, Chris, does your Sweet 16 look anything like this? Because it certainly does not mine.
There are a couple on here for sure, but there are a lot of disappointments I had the first round. Not too many the first round, really, but last round there were a couple of heartbreakers in there for me. What was Batman up against last week? Because I remember Return to fucking Jedi. I shouldn't have even brought it up because now I'm mad all over again. But that was a heartbreaker for me. So there was a couple on there, but for the most part, yeah, with just only minimal exceptions. But yeah.
Yeah.
Only a couple of surprises on here. I really did not think Batman was going to make it this far, or Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, I agree with that. And then,
Raising Arizona, of course, the
It
big
all depends on
surprise.
mood, man. Right now, like I think we're just all in such a Batman mood that like it's at least for me. Maybe you asked me 6-7 months down the road, maybe I would have picked Return over Batman. It just kind of like sometimes I get in Star Wars moods just as easily.
hey, you ain't the only one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Chad's in house. I'm vengeance. He's seen the movie. It's fucking so good, man. I can't get over it.
Yeah, and what's up, Kyle from Flat Lives? What's going on? So,
Kyle.
yeah, that's pretty much it for right now. So I guess just when you fellas are ready, we can get started, or we can wait for more people to get in here. I know it's a Sunday night. So are y'all ready to go?
Yeah, we might as well get rolling.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get rolling here. And so let's go with the first matchup of the evening. The Empire Strikes Back goes one-on-one with the 13th seed of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Are we going to have a jolly good discussion, or are we going to be freaking turning over to the dark side with The Empire Strikes Back?
What a tough matchup, man. Because one of them holds so much. Like both of these really are very nostalgic, but one of them, has got that Christmas advantage. And I told you guys last week we did the People's bracket. We took the averages of all the Peoples. Christmas Vacation came the closest to any movie to knocking off Empire Strikes Back. And man, I could see why. I mean, it's such a big pulp culture phenomenon, really. Popcock. I don't even know where that went. But such a big thing that people watch. I mean, everybody watches this every Christmas, so it's so popular for everybody that everybody cherishes it. They adore it. Chevy Chase, in his prime in this movie, man. So many quotable moments, so many freaking memorable scenes. And man, what do you guys think about this?
Man, I'm surprised Christmas Vacation is even in this spot. And I understand because it's on everybody's Christmas watch list, or like kind of like repeat on Christmas mode. Like how can you not love Christmas Vacation? I think it's one of the best Christmas movies out there. But guys, freaking Empire Strikes Back though is considered one of the greatest like sci-fi movies, one of the greatest sequel movies of all time. Like I'm not even like I'm kind of shocked at the people's bracket. Like this movie of Christmas Vacation is coming the closest to being The Empire Strikes Back, which like honestly for me, I don't think it's even that close. But like I'll let you all see if y'all can convince my mind, but I just don't think it can even hold a candle. So Chris, like if you could change my mind, like go for it.
No, Bubby, I'm not even gonna try. We talked a lot last week about just the brutality of some of these matchups, man. It's the same thing here for me where man. I watch Christmas Vacation almost every year. I still love it. It holds up. It's cherished for good reason. And but if you put it up against a lot of other things in this bracket, I would definitely choose it. Just going up against Empire, man, which is like, you're probably in my top 10 of all time. So it's really hard to go against that. I think it really just comes down to the toughness of the matchup in this one.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's what it comes down. Empire's been it's been a freaking dream killer since round one, going against Friday the 13th, which probably would have made it to the second round against a lot of other opponents. Same thing with last week with RoboCop. Again, that's another one that I think I would have had going maybe to the championship in this thing, depending on where it was at. Maybe even winning the damn thing, depending on circumstances. So yeah, man. I think it's a freaking brag. I mean, it's a dream killer, man. It is, but it's so good. You take New Hope, and you give us this sequel that builds upon it, which New Hope was freaking awesome. Might even be my favorite in the trilogy. I don't know. It goes back and forth on a daily basis. But it builds so much on it. It adds new characters. It's the effects at the time. Get little Yoda running around, like the introduction of his character, new worlds. Yeah, man. It's tough to beat that.
Mm-hmm. And then the big revelation there at the end, and pretty much the entire time there with Luke and Yoda is just one of my favorite things as a kid, man. I watched that movie all the time. when they did the re-releases in late 90s, whenever it was, they before they did the prequel trilogy, they did a re-release of all of the originals.
Yeah,
and
they added to, that's when they started adding fucking around with them too.
Yeah, they started messing with the CGI and everything. But I remember going. I forced my mom to take me to see that, I think 3 times. So it's still one of my favorites, man. It's just you can't beat it. And going against Christmas Vacation's tough, but it's Empire for me.
Again, like it's not that tough at all. I really don't like. I just like I don't. I guess it's just the ones in the people's bracket. They must be Star Trek fans for all that. Which again, nothing wrong with that. But like even still, guys, it's the Empire Strikes Back. Like it strikes back in this particular matchup right here, and it's also just one of the most important movies of all time too. I'm ready to vote for it. Are you ready?
I think yeah. From the sounds of it, I think we're ready to move on from this.
Yeah, I think I'm sensing a fatality here. So let's actually let me go ahead and get this X robot out here. But
now wait a minute,
where was that at? Bring that on out. Yeah, let's see it, please.
No, I'm good. Like they need to get out here, so they will not get to hear the results of this. But I am picking Empire Strikes Back again. It's not even close.
Oh yeah, for me it's Christmas Vacation, just like I said. No,
same here.
I talk up Empire all this time. I was like, I'm just really gonna go with Christmas Vacation. No, it's Empire for me, man. Come on, it's a fatality.
Yeah. It's Empire here as well, man.
Mm-hmm. So, Chris, you want to say the F word? Huh? You've been saying it last week. The F word, fatality.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Fatality.
Oh my god. Man, I need to smoke some cigarettes and really get in the.
Get that deep voice of fatality. Yeah. But anyway, so what's up, Flavor Fluff? How are you doing, buddy?
Flamethrower was in the house.
Buongiorno.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Naked girls here for everyone. Golly, man.
No, they need to get on out. They need to get out of here.
I will be right back, fellas. I'm just gonna hop off the.
I got a link to click.
Oh my.
Yeah, if you give me just a couple of minutes here.
Oh my gosh! But anyways, I'm ready to go to matchup number 2. If you gents are ready,
hit it, Chewy.
Because this is going to be one of the toughest matchups of the entire Sweet 16.
Reveal.
We got.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, buddies.
Oh my god.
We got the Shining
inside.
Yeah, we got the Shining going 1-on-1 against the Goonies. What is considered one of the greatest horror movies of all time, going up against one of the great child movies of all time, child adventure movies of all time. So, are you Team Sloth or are you Team Jack Torrance?
Man, talking about 2 icons right here, man.
God, I need to get another one of these in me.
Yeah, I'm just where do you even go? Because these movies are like not similar at all. Yeah, like can you imagine a crossover, like kind of like a crossover, like the Goonies and Jack Torrance freaking going up in the hotel, and Jack Torrance with the axe going, chunk, Sloth.
It's time to take your medicine.
Your brains in.
I'm not going to hurt you. So, yeah, man, I'm thinking that, the cast and the Goonies is so good. Like, it just makes you got freaking Corey Feldman in there, obviously, right in the height of his career, kind of like right after Friday the 13th Part 4, which is actually, this is the movie why he couldn't do Part 5 is because he was doing the Goonies instead. So you had him in there. Obviously, you got Sean Austin and Thanos is in this movie as a teenager. Josh Brolin, baby. Of course, young in his career. You're talking just such a good freaking like group of characters to follow on this adventure. Treasure chest, freaking chasing mofos. What a good time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the Goonies I watched for the first time prepping for this tournament. I had a really good time with it. It's just a nice, little kid adventure movie. And again, like I've been saying this entire tournament, it seems like Corey Feldman has been in every freaking kids movie imaginable. Like I'm just not sure how he's not aged in any of these kid movies, but The Shining, man, just holy crap! It's one of my top 5 horror movies of all time, just with Jack Nicholson's performance. holy crap! Like just to see that descent to madness, and just how naturally he does it, and just like it just takes that whole 2 hours to complete that transition from just semi crazy guy to like freaking insane. And Shelley Duvall too was putting up an amazing performance. Like holy,
for
like
fuck's
holy
sake,
crap.
she went crazy.
No, legit. And then like in the
Kubrick broke her psyche.
Yeah, Kubrick was a prick to her, but yeah, so that's why we gotta appreciate Shelley with everything that she has sacrificed. Like I even hear that like she sheds so many tears that even when she cries, no tears will come out. That's literally she cried every tear in her body for this particular role. And how can you not give that like the edge over the Goonies?
And that's why we want to talk about dehydration.
Pedialyte is a very important part of your
Pedialyte's back in the 80s.
Yeah, sure they did, man. They had extra hydrations always have been around. Robert Davi though, man, coming in, he's not doing License to Kill today. He's doing freaking chasing Goonies around the cavern kind of deal. Yeah, man, what a good time. But you're right, Brett, man. Those performances we got out of Kubrick's film here, The Shining, some of the best performances in the Jack Torrance, man, like Jack Nicholson. Mm-hmm. That thing is freak. That performance he gave us is terrifying. Like it's like you buy it, you believe it. You can actually see his freaking the craziness behind his eyes and all these shots that Kubrick's throwing at us are so creative. Like when he's trying to bust out the pantry there and everything like that.
The axe
shooting from underneath. Yeah. The axe falling, the axe when he's knocking the door down. Here's Johnny. All that stuff is freaking epic, man.
Oh, and then when he's in the chest freezer too, he's banging on the door. You got that camera kind of like the guy was on the ground. Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude.
There's also just several little things that are in there where you guys ever notice there's a couple of scenes where Nicholson like makes eye contact with the camera. He looks directly into the camera.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just it makes it that it like intensifies the madness a little bit for me. But yeah, everything in that movie is under such control the entire time. You know what I mean? Like it's so like it's intense when it needs to be. It's pulled back. You know, it's really reserved when it needs to be. And that movie just scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. And I really hate this is another tough matchup to go against because I talked last week about my long-standing relationship with the Goonies, and I fucking love that movie. I mean, that's pretty much a big chunk of my childhood rolled up in there. It means a lot to me.
Yeah, no pun intended.
Yeah, and so it's fuck. So it pains me, man, and I think against literally anything else in this bracket, I would go Goonies. I swear I would. Just putting it against The Shining is difficult, man, because I have so much respect for it and I love it so much. And it's like you said, it's a top for me. I don't know, man. It's probably my top 10 or 15 of all time, at least, but definitely up there in the rankings of like we're talking about like specifically horror movies. I mean, I don't know that anything makes that kind of psychological horror. You know, anything has really done it better.
Not until The Lighthouse in 2019.
Yeah, so not until like A24 came on the scenes.
But just from a cinematography standpoint, like this is probably the best shot horror movie of all time, probably. Like I mean, everything's so symmetrical and beautiful, but it gives you so much atmosphere at the same time with the snow and the isolated hotel being alone. It's just like, and you can feel every bit of that because of the camera and the work that was done by Kubrick, man, and everything, you know, with the performances as well, like I talked about earlier, man. It's just to me, it's a perfect storm.
Oh, Dick Halloran too, man. I've totally forgot about him for a second. God, one of the best side characters, you know. Also, I don't know if I talked about it last week. Did I tell the story about going to the Goonies house?
You did.
Yeah, so when I was in Oregon, I went to the Goonies house, and you know, it's privately owned now. People try to go there so frequently. They have a giant sign that they've put down because, you know, like the house sits up here and there's like the little driveway that comes down. they have a sign at the bottom of the driveway, huge sign that says "No Goonies fans."
Oh wow.
They're like, "Fuck you, get out of here. We don't want it."
Well, I bet like somebody tried to do the truffle shuffle and it kind of like just burned their brain, and they're like, yeah, we can't do this Goonie shit no more. Like it was
there's
going
gotta
all
be tired of
good.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
I mean, there's so many people out there. Like, you're in there, trying to leave to go to the grocery, and you look outside, and there's just like like a group of traffic, like you can't even get your own driveway.
It's understandable, man. Like, it would be cool at first, but then like, come on, like, we're just trying to live our life here, man. That's the same thing with the Evil Dead house in Tennessee, and
even though it burned down.
Yeah, but the land.
Oh yeah,
man.
And I wonder if the hotel is still up and running.
The Stanley, it's still.
Yeah, we almost went.
Well, this hotel is actually not the hotel that was the influence behind it. But they did a lot of stuff, actually, if I'm not mistaken.
The exteriors
most of the hotel
is a hotel in Oregon.
Yes, and then most of a lot of the shots that were done were actually it was fake. It was built,
the interiors, I think, were a soundstage. I didn't mean to cut you off, Brad, but I think the interiors were a soundstage. The exteriors were mostly shot at a hotel in Oregon, but the Stanley Hotel, which is the one that's supposedly haunted, where Stephen King actually wrote it, is still there. It's in Denver or outside.
Okay. And before we vote, I want to get to some of these comments here. Fluff says, Brett, check out the Cyndi Lauper Goonies video. It's got a bunch of old WWF feelings in it. Oh, yeah. You sold me on Cyndi Lauper all by herself. And then Cole says, what's going on, Cole? No high quality H2O, talking about the Shelley Duvall tears. What's up, Nick Cooling?
Nick!
What's up, Gory Tiger? It was all fake, he said.
It wasn't all fake, but there was actually the structure there, like up in Oregon. But there was no maze at the actual Shining Hotel that they used to film the original Shining movie. There was no maze there.
Oh man,
a lot of the exterior shots they actually rebuilt it to it's just the exterior, just to shoot these different shots, like with the mazes and some of the stuff with the snow and all this other stuff. The hotel was real, but a lot of the scenes you see in the movie are not. It's not actually at the real hotel.
Yeah, they built those sets, and if memory serves, didn't they built a small set for the mazes? The actual the wide shots of the maze is actually a miniature, right? Am I thinking right?
Yeah. Well, they have that scene in the movie actually where it is the miniature, and then it zooms in into like them actually walking. It was a fucking amazing shot. But yeah, I think they had a miniature as well, that they used for the wide shots.
Yeah.
And
Additionally.
then Flamethrower also says, I bet the Fatales are hiding from the cops in that house, talking about no longer having the Goonies fans. Oh, man. But guys,
if anyone goes to Astoria in Oregon, goes to that house, you can't get in. There's a fucking killer brewery about 2 blocks down the street. You can go there and get drunk and forget about all the heartbreak you've suffered for driving all the way up there.
Man, wise words from freaking Chris right there. But guys, I think it's time to finally put this to bed. Nick says, did you already do the Terminator yet? Nope, we're getting there. That's about 2 matches ahead. So we are getting there. But let's go ahead and vote. I'll start it off. I appreciate the Goonies. I think I was just too late on it. I should have watched this as a child. I was a very picky child when it came to movies. I only watched 3 constantly on repeat. The Goonies, unfortunately, I just missed the mark on just like bracing it. What makes it feel so special. The Shining, though, again, one of the greatest horror movies that I've ever seen. It needs this respect. I'm going with The Shining.
Now, what were those 3?
3
ninjas. 3 ninjas high noon at Mega Mountain.
What in the hell are you talking about?
Was that what you said? Your childhood consisted of 3 movies on repeat.
Oh gosh!
If one of them was 3 ninjas high noon at Mega Mountain.
No, it wasn't.
I'm thinking Lion King was one of them.
It was.
I'm thinking
that's my number 1.
I'm thinking Liar might have been up there on the list.
That's actually on there.
Okay. Well, the last one, I don't know. You're just gonna have to spill the beans.
It's the
Spill
best.
the
Debbie
beans.
does Dallas.
It's my most watched movie of all time. In fact, I've
Beavis
seen
and
like
Butthead.
over
Spider-Man
35
2.
No, I watched over 35 times. It's basketball.
Basketball. Okay, fair
Okay,
enough. Very nice.
Interessante.
Which I know, it's funny kind of how my mom lets a 8-year-old child watch freaking basketball where it says like the fuck word like 100 times in the movie. So
I met this 8-year-old child, and anyway,
with
all right, go ahead, Chris.
this ugly ass, very emotional face with the dumbest eyes.
Yeah, for me, man, it's I'm gonna cut through this butter. It's The Shining for me, man. Very reluctantly, I really hate this. This breaks my fucking heart. Honestly, I'm distraught because the same thing, man. Oh, the Goonies. I would pick it above so many other things that are on here. I hate that it ended up in this matchup, but you got to do what you got to do, man. It's The Shining for me.
I concur. I'm going to keep it short. I love the Goonies, but The Shining is moving on for me as well.
All right, so we got another fatality on our hands with The Shining, which I will go ahead and let y'all know too, that the only seed left that has not been eliminated from this tournament are the 3 seeds. So The Shining, The Terminator, Stand By Me, and oh gosh, what's the other one? John Carpenter's The Thing. All of them are the 3 seed are still in this tournament. So I want to throw that little interesting fact on here of this Sweet 16.
Son of a fuckwits. You know what I just noticed, man? I did this Shining and Empire going 1-on-1 next week.
I know. I literally just saw that. I may not even be here, dude.
Well, you got to be here. There's no tournament.
God,
but,
no.
I mean,
no.
Listen, Daddy, I'm talking about on the earth. I mean, you all may just have to cancel the show and come to a funeral, dude, because I don't know if I can do it or not.
We'll just replace you. But anyway, no, just kidding. What's going on, Jake? Blaster Productions. What's up, guys? Great stream. Appreciate it, man. We still got plenty of more left to share with you guys. So I say let's go ahead and that was what was it? Top left or left
top.
Left top. So we're going left bottom this
dude.
time. So we're going to go left bottom this time. And let's see here. Let's go ahead. We got Aliens versus The Breakfast Club. Holy crap. Brad kind of touched upon this like last week about like just character driven with Aliens. But dude, you're going to have your hands like cut out on this one because The Breakfast Club is totally all about freaking characters, man. So it's kind of like almost a way this match is going to be determined who just had the better set of characters. So Brad, I'm going to let you actually, the honorable Judge Galloway is in present. So we got to let him go first.
Man, now listen, this is difficult for me. And we talked last week about how, you know what, man, I want to get a refund for this thing. I feel like it's not very.
You look like freaking Nature Boy Ric Flair right before he gets busted open.
It doesn't look like a fucking judge wig, man. Like something about the hair is like it looks like
or look like freaking George Washington.
This looks like a judge to me.
It has the frill, on the back end right there, but like on the front, it doesn't look like the fucking old school judge that I want. But nevertheless, I'm getting this out, man, because I feel like this is going to be a fucking doozy, okay? Now, this is also one of those tough matchups because you're going against a couple of classics here. You have the nostalgia factor that comes into play with these two. They're both sort of important movies, right? Aliens was sort of groundbreaking, at the time for sci-fi, right?
Mm-hmm.
And John Hughes at his... at the height of his powers here with the Breakfast Club and everything, right? Mm-hmm. Creates this classic about teenage angst and growing up and all those things and makes a great character study. So what do we do between the two of them? They're so different. How do you sort of attribute a quality to one of these that's going to outlast the other one,
I guess, like I said, and I'm very curious what Brett has to say about it. This matchup is literally going to be all about who delivers the best performances by characters, of like which characters are you more invested in, which group of characters really just truly stand out. Because like I can see like Brad brought up the excellent point of Aliens having a great cast of characters that you really want to be invested in. But if we're
Game
freaking
over,
talking
man.
about if we're game over, man, we gotta get out of here, man. I'm feeling a little woozy over here. Oh, sorry, wrong character. But if anything, it's just the Breakfast Club. If we're talking about just like and being infested by a group of characters, the Breakfast Club is the king of kings when it comes to that. And freaking John Hughes just is the Meister of freaking us having us care about characters and character developments. The Breakfast Club is just the ultimate example of like how to make a successful movie based off that. But if we look action movies with great characters, man, Aliens is going to be that for you all day, every day. It's just, again, for me, I said last week, I don't like the direction where the Alien franchise went because I love just like I fully just embracing the horror aspect of it with Alien. I didn't like them including like the little action part of it for Aliens because as you see after Aliens, like the franchise kind of freaking goes downhill from there. Hell, it even has a Resurrection, and you know, for a horror franchise, if you have a movie called Resurrection, you're pretty much your franchise is
You're dead in the fucking water, man. That's exactly
Dead
right.
meat. Here's what I gotta say about it, though, BrettMan, is the fact that yes, it changes. I think it did what the sequel needed to do. You have Alien, which was great on its own. It's a fantastic little isolated horror movie, just like like we've seen a dozen of them since then. But Aliens builds upon that. You got to do something different. You can't do the same thing again. You can't go back on the same ship and be isolated all over again. No, you can't. You don't want to do that. What you want to do is you want to build upon it, make it bigger, bolder, bring in more aliens, bring in some action, make it fun. And James Cameron, dude, is one of the best directors of all time, in my opinion. He's one of my favorites. Unfortunately, he's been tied up on this fucking Avatar bullshit for 20 years. But but maybe the next one will be good. But besides the
so
point,
many missed opportunities. How many great movies could he have made in the time that he wants to fucking plunge us into a giant blue cock? You know what I'm saying?
We'll find out. We'll find out in December.
But up until that point, up until
by Avatar
point,
5, we're gonna have VR headsets. We're gonna be able to fuck them. I'm sorry, Brad. Go on, dude. I apologize.
I'll be there for it. Like I'm gonna go check it out because I like the sound of that, and I also like the idea of James Cameron. Okay, being there, and he's a director I'm always gonna support. He's delivered 5-star movie after 5-star movie after 5-star movie, starting in the early '80s with Terminator, and then now Aliens. And I think this movie actually does a damn good job of bringing in action, making things bigger, but also giving you suspenseful moments, man. I think a lot of people may think it's dragged out in certain sequences when they're going through and nothing's happening, but that's suspense building, man. Like you're going through, they get there, they arrive on the planet, they're going into the facility there, the faculty, if you will. I don't know why I said that.
So we're talking about the Charles Sean Harnett movie.
I was thinking I used to call it the facility in Bond. Faculty when I was a kid because I just didn't know how to read. But anyway, man, they arrive at the facility. They're going in like it's a slope, but we're seeing this acid dripping through and like all these other like the signs of a struggle, the signs of a fight. There's bullets everywhere. That stuff was brilliantly done. I think it adds that suspense and that terrifying stuff, and you don't know what's around each corner, and it gives us the queen damn alien battling against the queen of freaking horror, if you will. In a sense of being badass in Ripley. But man, Breakfast Club at the same time, man, you got Emilio Estevez coming out here eating 6 lunches during the lunch club, which is actually the breakfast club, but it's lunchtime now. These guys all hit it off so well together. The movie's always such a fun time to watch. Like you can put it on any time and watch it. It's such a joy to get through. It's such a good coming of age story in the high school era. Which is good, and it really it's these misfits, man, coming together, becoming friends. You get some relationships built out of there. You got Barry Manilow stealing wardrobes. Like it's such a good time, man. They're both of these movies,
and everyone can relate to the Breakfast Club, man. Everybody,
or you could at least relate to one character,
right, yeah, and then you learn about the other ones. So many great performances, man. Fucking Judd Nelson, baby. My boy, Molly Ringwald in there too. I had a crush on her when I was younger, and I can't remember. And I was like, Emilio. I can't.
He went on to be the head coach of the Mighty Ducks, and like it's freaking great. It's
Yeah,
I'm telling you, I feel
exactly,
like
man.
that's
And
what
Billy
he
the
was
Kid.
like. Yeah, Billy the Kid, and also Tommy
Sure did.
Doyle.
I could have killed you, Dick. Oh yeah,
Tommy Doyle.
Anthony Michael Hall is in there. Yeah.
God, I gotta watch Young Guns, man. Shit.
um,
Anyway, sorry. Yeah, Tommy Doyle.
and yeah, in there, and I can't remember the other chick's name. Oh my god,
I like the
that
cereal
actress.
girl, dude. The one that puts the cereal in
Yeah,
the
the golf
sandwiches.
girl. The golf girl.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but I can't remember that actress's name. Damn it. Yeah, she was one of my favorites. And then the fucking the guy, not the principal, but the fucking what's his name?
The
man?
janitor,
the guy,
or
the fucking guy, man. You want another one? You got it.
yeah, that's the asshole, the vice principal or something.
Yeah, or what? Yeah, whatever. I can't remember. He's the
Eat
principal.
my shorts. Like, come on, man.
Oh,
Oh, sorry,
so
that's the only
fucking
thing I
great,
remember
man.
in another teen movie. Because I'll give you another. Mitch, come on, man. Like,
You're talking
Like,
Paul Gleason, Mr. Vernon, Richard Vernon.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Vernon, that motherfucker, man. I had one of those at my school, but I digress. But yeah, it's such a feel-good movie, man. I mean, I don't. Maybe it is one of those ones that you had to see when you were a kid to really appreciate. Like, you know what I mean? Like the nostalgia factor is so strong with it that you know, maybe going back and if you see it the first time as an adult, it doesn't resonate as well. But I don't know. Every time I go back and watch it, man, it's just like it still hits as hard as it did.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it really hit. It really hit me too. The Breakfast Club. It really hit me because, like, yeah. Like, again, we've all lived that at some point of our high school lives. Like, because again, you can at least with one of those characters, you can like relate to that character. You just like about them, and then you're kind of learning about the other like characters too, like the jock, the golf person, the popular girl. Like, you get to learn something about them too. So I think it's actually a very educational movie in the way that we live life as well. So like if I have a kid one day, I'm going to show them this movie right before they enter high school. No, I swear, like I am.
This
like,
is how it's going to be, motherfucker.
Yeah, this is going to have to be, motherfucker.
Go to detention. This is going to be you.
Yeah. Look how much fun detention is. But
yeah, I want you to beat the brainy kid. Like, actually, I don't want you to beat the brainy kid because holy crap, the third act with him, like that was sad as shit.
It was.
Yeah.
I think like you said you're bang on. No matter who you are, you relate to somebody in this movie, one of the 5 people, and I think that's brilliant, man.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah.
Is.
So I think I started the conversation. Right. It was my first go.
Yeah. Are you about to cast your vote?
Yeah, I was going to.
Here,
if that's all right.
let me get some comments in real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Definitely some tough matchups ahead. Absolutely. And Nick, we're about to do Terminator next. So
strap in, buddy.
The Breakfast Club, John Hughes is a genius. No, dude, John Hughes really is a genius. I don't think I despise one John Hughes movie or have a problem with one. I think it's all great. And then Nick Colleen says, I will pull out his Brett sin and say, I've never seen The Breakfast Club. I've seen not another teen movie lots, which is kind of the same. Yeah, it does make fun of The Breakfast Club in it, so that's kind of like what's funny about it.
That's fair, man. I didn't see Breakfast Club until I was already a man.
A man.
Yeah.
But
didn't I?
Oh yeah.
Damn, what's the next line in there?
I can't remember. It's like then I was just a boy.
I was already a man. Oh yeah, it was blind. It was nothing to me.
Oh my gosh, we got freaking Batman on our mind. So let's go ahead and vote on this. Chris, I think you were getting ready to introduce your vote. So what do you got?
Yeah, man. It was kind of a tough one for me, but Breakfast Club just resonates with me personally so much more. I think it holds more value. You know, and Aliens is perfectly fine. And I appreciate it for what it is. I don't really have any qualms with it. I do agree with everything that Brad said. I think that it really does add a layer to Alien. And I think it's hella fun, great cast. But the Breakfast Club's just hard to beat for me, man. I mean, it kind of, you know, and I did away with the Goonies. You know, it was another big movie from my childhood, and I'm not going to let this one go. So it's Breakfast Club for me, man.
Brad?
That's a tough matchup, man. This might be the toughest one yet for me for the Sweet 16. But I'm with you, man. I'm going to go Breakfast Club as well. I think it's well rounded. It's very well rounded. You know, it's one that I can't get enough of it. Really, it's such a good time.
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and just make this quick, guys. Like after the rewatch of Aliens to prepare for the Aliens and Predator matchup from last week, I respect Aliens a lot more. However, I still have my issues with it. The Breakfast Club, I actually gave it the golden reel 5 out of 5. So I just because those characters alone, that each and every single one of them are so damn interesting, and you really just want to know more and more. And I'd rather that be a 2.5 hour movie versus Aliens being a 2.5 hour movie. So
Now the
I
Aliens is
am
2
giving
hours
it.
and 17 minutes.
Now, damn it, we went back and looked. No, okay.
But anyways, the point I'm trying to make
Watch the
is I'm
theatrical
going
cut.
with the Breakfast Club. So it's our
Wow.
third straight
Fatality.
fatality, which I'm actually really surprised right now.
So am I. That's why I put the wig on, because I thought that I was going to have to battle my way through this one, because you guys were both going to select Aliens, and I was going to have to really fight to try and win someone
That's
over.
another 1 seed getting knocked out, man.
Oh yeah, so 2 1 seeds have been knocking out of the tournament. So let's go ahead to see if this will be our first 3 seed that's getting ready to fall in this tournament. So let me go ahead and load up the next matchup here. We got the Terminator going 1-on-1 against Lethal Weapon. And I'll be surprised. I'll just be honest with you, gents. That Lethal Weapon, I'm shocked to see here going up against the Terminator. I thought it was going to be The Evil Dead. I would have had a lot tougher time of trying to determine which movie is better. But this one, I don't know. You guys are going to have to do some convincing to me of why I should give Lethal Weapon a fighting chance.
Well, oh man, I can't get this fucking wig right. I mean, how is this even? Is this what they did in court back in the day?
Yep,
I
right
mean,
there. It gets in your eyes and shit.
Who's doing this? And if you throw it back, I mean, I feel like I just look like a fuck. I look like
Friggin' the Nature Boy.
I look like Brett Michaels.
Woo!
If he had hair, or not Brett Michaels, but the fucking D. Snyder.
Oh my!
Yeah.
We're not gonna take it. What a fucking waste of time.
Just,
man. Whatever.
It looks good, dude. It looks good.
I look like
so
a
here's
Shih
what
Tzu.
Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we have a good time here with this matchup. Lethal Weapon, man. You say what you will, BrettMan, about it. Make it to the Sweet 16, but this movie screams 80s to me, man. I said it the last 2 weeks. It's got everything from the 80s all wrapped in the one bow, including Mel Gibson with his mullet hair, his long hair, not mullet, but a long hair. I mean, it's got that going for it.
Kind of like Judge Galloway's hair right now.
Yeah, it's got the score. It's got the score you're looking for from the 80s, man. It's got that
Vidal Sassoon, baby.
Yeah, man. I think it's
throw it to the side, and people will be more apt to recognize that I'm a judge here.
It's the quintessential buddy cop movie. Like, it really doesn't get any better in this genre. You get a perfect duo of Danny Glover and Mel Gibson. You got Gary fucking Busey in this fucking thing out there, just tearing shit up. This is before he gets Utah to get 2 subs instead of 1. This is earlier in his career. This is when he's like, he's ready to freaking party, man. I think it's a perfect storm for 80s all day long.
But what about the Terminator?
The Terminator is a damn beaut. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah.
You go ahead for a little bit. You take over the reins.
No, Bubby, I don't have much to add to that. I'm actually not surprised to see Lethal Weapon here. You guys know I had a bit of a hangover to nurse last weekend, or was it weekend before? I think it was the weekend before. Excuse me. And so I went back and revisited all of the Lethal Weapons, 1 through 4, and always liked them. But man, they're a lot of fun. They're hella fun, and yeah, it's kind of the quintessential buddy cop movie like you were talking about, but I think it goes even deeper than that. It was really one of the first times that I think that it really popularized the buddy cop, where kind of you come in from 2 different worlds.
Yeah.
Being forced in with your partner, and then you hate each other, but then you really learn to love each other as it goes on. And I don't know that any other well, maybe save for maybe Rush Hour. I think, which
Uno Mas, John. Uno Mas.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's Shanghai Noon.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
But you're right. Shanghai Noon was probably another one. Kind of not cop necessarily, but buddy cowboy. Yeah. Ever touch a black man's radio? Chris Tucker in there, man, which is fucking.
Good God. What
Yeah,
is
the
it
war.
good for? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, man.
He's
Rush
not gonna
Hour,
be
so many
Rush
great
Hour 3.
moments.
Yeah.
But I think it did it. It did it first, and it did it really well. You know, Mel Gibson, even though the character of Riggs changed throughout the movies, I really believe they really wrote him differently as it went on. The very first one, yeah, with him being really crazy and, you know, Murtaugh just trying to fucking make it through the day. So much fun to be had there, man. On the other hand, you know, the Terminator is kind of one of a kind, and so much. I'm not going to say the CGI necessarily holds up, but I can recognize that it was really like sort of state of the art at the time. Like when he's
Well, it
cutting,
was practical. It was practical.
yeah, he's cutting his eye out and everything.
Yeah.
You can tell it's fake as fuck, but you know, you can tell that it was like, oh, this is really original for the time.
Yeah, and plus it kind of still works in a way. Like again, you know, it's it's freaking all fake as all hell, but it's not a real human. It's a freaking Terminator, man. So like, I always look past it. And it doesn't bother me one bit.
Yeah,
And
they
still,
haven't perfected the human model yet.
Damn it, man! I'm getting
you
eaten
know.
alive by these tiny hairs. And like we talked about the other night, you know, whenever he's scanning for responses, hey buddy, are you all right in there? And fuck you, asshole. You know, it's like every day, man. Every day, I'm like right there at it, and I'm about to open my mouth, and then it clicks down to like, you know, come back later or whatever. What the other response was.
Go away.
And I'm right there, man. One of these days, I'm gonna click on that one. You know,
Man, and who would
so
think O.J.
it's tough.
Simpson was going to be your Terminator at one point?
Oh, jeez.
That would have been
I know.
amazing.
Oh my gosh! Just don't let him drive a Bronco. But anyways, want to get to these comments before I put my 2 cents out there. Flame for a Flesh said it looks like Jane Mansfield. I think he's talking about you, Chris.
Yeah, my wig. Probably so. Yes, Fluff, you are correct. I don't know. You know what, man? I ordered a wig to be an old school mid-century judge, and this is what came in the mail, man. I paid like $25 for this fucking
Oh yeah,
thing.
you need to get your money back.
But you did it on wish.com?
No, Daddy, I got it on fucking Spamazon. And this is what they sent me. This is how I had y'all over for fish tacos. This is how you do me? Look at the top of it, Bubby. It looks like I got one of those what are they called? The bump, whatever the fucking thing is. It bumps your hair up. Should I just leave this to the side? Does this make me look more like?
I think right there. Yeah, it looks great right there. Yeah, just
one of these, and I need to get some like fake, like wooden.
I will say you almost look like a Greg the Hammer Valentine from WWF back in the 80s. But Nick Cooling says the Terminator wins. The story alone so original. Love the time loop aspect. Plus the actors are so convincing. And dadgummit, if we have no freaking Chris, you need to take off that wig because apparently the sex box thinks you're a woman.
Really?
Yeah. So we need to
okay,
baby. But anyways, let me tell you my thoughts real quick. Again, Lethal Weapon. I think it's an excellent buddy cop movie. One of the most known buddy cop movies in cinema history, especially in the 80s. And again, I love that scene where Mel Gibson freaking handcuffs himself to the jumper. He goes, "If you want to jump, well, that's fine by me." Like all that, like that is so freaking fun. It's just a dynamic, like the relationship of Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. Just it's so awesome. Like they have such a great chemistry with one another. So that's why that particular franchise works, or just the movie works in general. I still need to see the others, but I bet you they're just so spot on with their chemistry in those movies as well. But guys, freaking Terminator foe. Rewatched it just again to prep for the tournament, and I almost gave it a freaking golden reel.
I'd give it a golden reel. I would definitely give it. There's a lot to like about the first movie, man. I love the aspect of, as much as I love Terminator 2. They're parallels for me. They're equals, if you will. But what I love about the first one so much is that you got that human versus the Terminator. It's not Terminator v Terminator. You got a severely undermatched duo with fucking Sarah Connor and your boy
Kyle Reese.
Thank you. you got a severely undermatched duo against a fucking killing machine over here, which BrettMan, I know you talked on it a couple weeks ago about, it's like a slasher, it's a horror elements there with that, and
it's
so very
definitely
true.
a horror film. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Like, if a
well,
freaking like machine is sent from the future back to the past to freaking kill you, how's that not terrifying?
Yeah, and it is. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing as fucking Jason Voorhees chasing somebody, right? Like it's
exactly.
unstoppable. I mean, it is what it is. It's just a much better story than Jason ever got. So I think, yeah. I mean, I to me, I have a parallel even with Steven with Terminator 2.
Do you want to translate that real quick? That looks like Terminator language.
No, honestly, he's got a good point, and I will say that I agree, man. 210.
And what's up, Bacon?
What's up, Bacon? And that guy had 2010 and 200,000 listed on there.
It's a good year.
I say the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, just the main point I'm trying to make is as good as Lethal Weapon is, I just like, if you again toss those two movies at me, there's only one other option, and I think y'all know what that option is for me personally. So I can go first if y'all ready to vote.
I'll go first. I'm going to vote Terminator.
Yeah,
I didn't mean to steal your thunder, Brett.
No, it's okay. I already knew where this was going anyway, so I'm going with Terminator 2. So let's go ahead and just the Lethal Weapon gets terminated. But Chris, what's your vote, just in case?
I actually voted Lethal Weapon, and I'll tell you why. I did, honestly.
Okay, go right ahead.
And I only did it because we talk about these matchups, and I really do try, like when they're really tough, try to find a way to give some quality to one of them that would give them an edge. And for me, it's the fact that I love Terminator 2 so much. It's in my top 10. Another movie that I loved when I was a kid. I think it does everything that Terminator does and better. And it's one of my, obviously favorites of all time. And when I look at this matchup, I thought there are other movies in here that kind of are in the same vein as Terminator, so I think that style of movie will be represented here. And so for that reason, and I think Lethal Weapon is more one of a kind than the Terminator. I know that's probably I'll be disagreed with a lot on that one, but I just think I have more fun with Lethal Weapon out of these two. So I honestly chose Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, but Bacon's right there with you, Chris. Lethal Weapon.
Hey, Bubby.
So
hello.
Pretty surprised about that. And what's going on, Destiny? How are you doing? And Nick Colleen says it's one of those genre blenders: action, horror, drama, sci-fi, etc. And you know what? That's a very strong point. The Terminator does the same way
a minute ago.
Yeah, but again, with the Alien franchise, I just wish it goes more towards stay with the horror roots, like mainly, not just versus. Oh, hey, it does have some horror aspects, but it's going to be more action than anything. But that's like my main problem with Aliens, because I'm just an Alien guy, and that would be a great slash it out episode in the future.
Yes.
So let's get Cole's comment. If it will go on the right side of the bracket,
right top.
What?
Right top. And then when I was younger, I enjoyed Lethal Weapon more, but I enjoyed the Terminator series much better now. Yeah, and I need to revisit that series. That'd be a fun little review series to do in the future as well. Or for Absolutely. What's awesome about.
Both of them would be great.
Oh yeah, right. Like I'd be so down.
I can't believe you, man. You've been championing Lethal Weapon all these years, man.
I have, but dude, Terminator. I'm one of the few that I might actually like the first one over the second. I mean, I know they're evens. Like at the end of the day, the easiest thing for me to say is that they're even and whatnot. But I might actually like the first one more than the second one, depending on the day. Like it just, it's. Yeah,
I think the emotional stakes are so much higher in the second one. It's like I don't know. It does everything in the first one so much better, or it does everything the first one does, but so much better in the second. For me, I mean,
I like that underdog element, man. Like that freaking like these guys are so outmatched against this guy. As time goes on, like you got Terminator v Terminator. Like at the end of the day, they did a good job of building those stakes up, but it's like you're having two fucking Terminators fight each other at the end of the day, which is awesome. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to dispel anything that happened there, but I just love that underdog, that fucking we're fucked situation that they're in the first one quite a bit, man.
Oh,
and it's
man,
scary.
especially with Kyle Reeves Reeves does that big, pretty much that big like building up the Terminator. Like it can't be reasoned with, it can't be bargained with. There's no stopping it. It will continue. Good. Oh, it's dude, just look, freaking chill bumps, man. So yeah, so I'm even. Oh, that's just a hair that just needs to get it off there. But anyways, are y'all ready to go to the right side of the bracket?
Yes.
Right top, Daddy.
All right, right top. So here we actually, if my computer wants to cooperate, Flame for Flood says, "I like the first one more. A little too much levity of the second one. I need to rewatch. I'll be honest with you. I need to rewatch Judgment Day just because. Bless you. I need to rewatch Judgment Day because I'll be honest with you guys, and I've only seen it once.
Dude, get out of town. That's my favorite.
I've only seen it once, and I know Cody Leach is a huge fan of Terminator 2. Damn, we got some comments here. Terminator is a popular subject tonight. T1 and T2 are both 10 out of 10s for me, but I lean slightly more towards T1.
I agree with Nick.
Come on, Nick, man.
And I still can't believe Predator beat First Blood. I know, man.
I also agree with Bacon, dude. I know that we had the sausage party come in here and take out First Blood. First Blood could have went to the Elite Eight. Easy.
hey, First Blood, stick around. No, just kidding. Too soon. Anyways, let's go to the right side of the bracket because I want to get to this matchup because seriously, this is a legit what the fuck scenario for me. We got Ghostbusters going to go one-on-one against. We already claimed this team or this movie to be the Cinderella story of the tournament, and that's Racing Arizona, the seed. I can't even begin to tell you why Racing Arizona is in this scenario. I'll continue of why I'm not the biggest fan of Racing Arizona, but I will respect it now since it knocked off Raiders of the Lost Ark last week. So Ghostbusters, I just have a feeling it's still not safe, but I'm going to let you boys take the reins on this one.
Well, I'll cut to the chase here real quick, Chris, and then I'll let you take over the reins again. I just like, first time I watched Racing Arizona was probably about 10, 15 years ago. I didn't much care for it at the time. I mean, I liked it. I thought it was funny. I had a good time with it. But when I rewatched it not too long ago, dude, I absolutely love the damn thing, man. The Coen brothers, I've really grown to really appreciate them as filmmakers. And it's same thing kind of happened with Fargo. I watched that 10, 15 years ago. I was like, what the hell? And then I rewatched it a couple of years ago. And I'm like, dude, this is brilliant. This is fantastic. Maybe I just wasn't ready for their kind of style yet, earlier when I was younger. But now when I went back and rewatched both of these movies, they both were like, dude, these are fantastic flicks. And this is when they're in their prime. This is you don't see a comedy movie this well directed these days. Like, this is just like, it's a comedy. There's nothing really to it. It's a very basic and simple premise, but it's so well directed when you do that chase sequence, when you do these robberies and stuff, and they're getting the diapers. And you get this crazy ass scene. Yeah, you get this crazy ass music playing. You got Nicolas fucking Cage with the fucking pantyhose.
Panty on your head.
And then with an underrated performance by Holly Hunter too.
She was so good, and she stole the show in this thing, man. She was actually I think one of the best parts of the movie. Might be the best part of the movie is her character. I just love him so much.
You want to know another great comedy where there's really not a lot going on when you think about it?
What's that?
Which one?
The Big Lebowski.
Yeah, same. Yeah, yes. Spot on, bang on. There's not a lot.
Well, that's actually a great comparison because I wasn't a big fan of the Big Lebowski either. I know Brad's still disappointed to this day.
The Big Lebowski.
Yeah, I like that. Man.
See, that's the other thing. Yeah, just
Lebowski.
Hello, ladies. Dude, I did that all the time as a freaking kid. And oh my gosh, that's a quick story, real quick. I used to freaking do the Val Venus entrance when I was a kid all the damn time, and my parents just let me do it, not knowing it was a freaking porn star gimmick. And here's this 8-year-old kid going, just doing all this crap and going, "Hello, ladies." Oh my gosh. Nice. But I'm so embarrassed now. But that's still a fun gimmick. But anyways,
600 sub video idea or
oh god, we promised.
Although you still owe us for 500.
I still owe for 400. Nah, oh gosh, there's so much I gotta do. But anyways,
we need to buy the rubber fist, really.
no, let's not. But let's talk about why Racing Arizona. I don't think still stands a chance against Ghostbusters, because you all failed to talk about Ghostbusters right now. Because Racing Arizona, I probably only laughed once, and that was the whole big car chasing. In my opinion, it just lasted way too long.
It was brilliant, dude. It could have went on another 10, 15 minutes.
Oh no, not for me, man. Like, I think it overstayed its welcome on that. But I do love when the freaking John Goodwin and William left the baby out on the middle of the road. I thought that was funny. Even though I think it's Ronnie's like kind of like his prequel. It's Racing Arizona. I think he got broken up, bitch. He can't work. But oh yeah, which again, that's the tradition. We mention him, rats, or something Halloween.
I mean, it's a goddamn rat, man.
Exactly, man. That's what that baby is, and that's pretty much what Racing Arizona is. It's just one big rat, man. Just because Ghostbusters is freaking where it's at, though. I rewatched it again because I was prepping for Ghostbusters versus Raiders of the Lost Ark. Never in my million years imagining arguing this scenario, which in my opinion, it kind of makes it easier for me. Ghostbusters is so much damn fun. How can you not enjoy another strong Bill Murray performance? Sigourney Weaver's in it, and she is amazing in her role as well. Chasing down ghosts is such a great premise to a story of a fun movie you can easily get invested in. And then of course just you got that epic theme going, who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters! Oh my gosh, that, and plus I from the documentary, I don't think that theme only took like less than a day to make. So it's just amazing how that got even created. So Racing Arizona, I'll respect it just because you guys like it so much, but I just don't think it comes close. Again, same thing with Christmas Vacation and Empire Strikes Back. I just don't think it's close. So would y'all talk about some damn Ghostbusters already?
I'll talk about it. I love Ghostbusters. Bill Murray's great. I think he's fantastic in the role. The rest of the cast is good. Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis is. It's a great trio. That they go really well together. And I really do. You did much better with Sigourney Weaver's name this week than last week. I just wanted to go ahead and say
appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
So props to that. I like the movie. It's fun. I don't know if I'm not a Ghostbusters guy, but for me, like, I still really enjoy it. I love it quite a bit. Obviously, I voted for it every week so far, but it's just like I always get bored with it. Like after a while, like an hour or so in, I'm always like, I just kind of lose interest in it. Whereas that doesn't, like, when Racing Arizona for me, I keep that interest in it. You got freaking Francis McDormand here and the swinger guy, like when they're trying to say when Nick Cage gets recruited to go swinging, like I just thought that was great.
Oh my god! But Brad, I feel what you said right there. I am the complete opposite. Like Ghostbusters, I'm always entertained with, and Racing Arizona, I lost interest at it by mid-act.
It just yeah. Hey, go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
No, Bobby, you're good, man. I'll let y'all talk it to the end of time, man. I just wanted to, throw in my 2 cents. I mean, I think Raising Arizona, true Cinderella story getting here, and I think there's so many great underrated performances in there. And I don't know that I even realized before, but like John Goodman wasn't really like a household name at that point.
Yeah, that was early in his career. Yeah. Like that was during that was on his time with Roseanne, right? Or was that the one?
Yeah, well, I think that was maybe even before, maybe a little bit.
That was before Big Lebowski, I think, too.
Oh, yeah, that was definitely before Big Lebowski. But and I think that he does a great job here. So many great performances, and we talked about it, last week, even the week before, where the Coen brothers really hitting their stride right here. Blood Simple, and I think Barton Fink was before this, right? Maybe Barton Fink was after. I can't remember, but they had made at least Blood Simple before this, and this was, you could kind of see them kind of like honing the craft right here, and
yeah,
it's a fun ride, man. Really, from start to finish, there's really not a lot to let you down in here. On the other hand, Ghostbusters is like generationally iconic. You know what I mean? Like it's everyone knows Ghostbusters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and the great performances, like you said, the everyone knows the fucking theme song. It's unreal. And Bill Murray,
How
Dan
can you
Aykroyd.
ignore the Marshmallow Man? I think that's literally what the Michelin Man got their idea from their logo.
Baby Bimmelton.
Yeah.
I think it's actually Bibendum or something, but I couldn't say that when I was a child, so I said Bimmelton. He's always
Well,
Bimmelton.
that makes perfect sense. Yeah. The Marshmallow Man's great.
What are you guys thinking? Yeah, what are you guys thinking then? So we cast our votes, starting with Brad.
Well, before we do that, I was if my mouse would work, there we go. Ghostbusters for sure for Bacon. Nick Cooling also says Ghostbusters, but it seems unfair this round.
It does. All the rounds seem unfair these days.
And then Flame for a Fluff says, so y'all should go with Raising Arizona just to piss me off. That is, I'll be honest with you, from the South Air discussion, I'm afraid we're about to get another damn upset, and I'm terrified.
It might not happen. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, Ghostbusters is fucking it's classic. Ghostbusters is classic.
Yeah. So let me go ahead and go first because I feel like I'm only team Ghostbuster here. I'm going with Ghostbusters. And plus, the Racing Arizona poster is a complete fraud because I don't remember seeing the baby on a lawn chair scene.
It's a poster. What the fuck? What even is the poster for the Ghostbusters, man? The Boogeyman.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Holy fuck. You're gonna blow your fucking brains out tonight, Netpool. Holy fucking hell. So your team Ghostbusters.
I'm officially, I guess I'm the only one except for Bacon Nick Cooling. I am Ghostbusters.
Did you really think that I was going to go Raising Arizona?
I really feel like you are.
Let me just make a case for it. I think
you know me too well. I'm going to cast my vote because I want to put it all on Brad. I am voting Raising Arizona.
I don't want you to put it on Brad. I'm so worried about it.
Man, I'm gonna go Raising Arizona too, man. It's so good. It's so good, man. You got.
I'm sorry, man, Brett. I swear to God, you can check my bracket if you want, dude. I had Raising Arizona going all the way.
You're putting a prank on me on this. You're all just probably pre-texting each other. God, what's the one movie that's gonna piss off Brett?
I got it. I'm
gonna
cover the rest up, but I got it right there. I have it going to the Elite Eight right there.
See, that's how I had Ferris Bueller stay off. That's pretty much that was my Racing Arizona this whole tournament. But holy crap. Like, what's going on right now? Is this real life?
It's Nicolas fucking Cage, bro.
Okay, I'll tell you this. Racing Arizona is the luckiest movie in this entire tournament because it got the right side of the bracket to succeed this far into the Elite Eight. If it goes on every other bracket. If it was on if this movie had to go Empire Strikes Back, we wouldn't even be having this debacle.
It's had a tough journey though. It took out Untouchables, and then last week was Raiders, and now we're talking Ghostbusters, classic after classic after classic.
I swear to God, I swear to God, if Racing Arizona makes the Final Four, you will have to find a new replacement. Because I don't think my heart can take much more of this.
Watch it again, Brett, before next week. You should just watch it one
more
time.
I don't want to waste another $4 renting it.
I went back and rewatched Ghostbusters, and the thing about it was, for me, man, it's like I look at the two of them, and it's like, if you take away how iconic Ghostbusters is, and everyone on Earth saying Ghostbusters is great, if you go back and rewatch it, I mean, it's not that it's a bad movie, but it's just kind of like, for me at least, it's like, it's fine, but it's not. It doesn't transcend to the next level. You know what I mean? And I feel like Raising Arizona, I could watch like endlessly.
I feel the same way.
Thank you.
And that's what came back to me because I knew this was going to be an upset. And I really wholeheartedly thought that I was going to be the odd man out, just like Lethal Weapon, that I was going to be the only one I was like, everybody was going to hate me for it.
God, Anyway, I guess we'll just continue this bullshit next week.
I like Ghostbusters, I do, but I just I feel the same way. It's a good movie. I just think there's so much more. Like you see so much more skill in the final product of Raising Arizona. Man, it's such a good freaking culmination of efforts.
All right, let me just
Nick,
go ahead and guess. Oh, sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Nick Cage, like you said, Chris, this is before John Goodwin, aka Judd Goodman, and John Goodman and William Forsythe were really a thing. Definitely William Forsythe. Like this might be his first. I don't know. I don't remember seeing him in anything
I
before
mean, it's a
this.
goddamn rat, man.
You know what? I want to tell you right now that I deeply, deeply lament the fact that we did not go over to his table at Days of the Dead last year and get him to sign a picture of Ronnie that said, "That's a goddamn rat, man." I mean, we really missed a golden opportunity. No one else was at his table, and we could have easily had a full blown conversation with him. We might even got a video of him saying out loud with the three of us, "It's a goddamn rat, man." And
that would have been so much better than William Gillette or Warrington Gillette and all these other ones that we got over here.
The best the man could get. No, I'm just kidding. Let me go ahead and just end Racing Arizona Ghostbusters, and we'll just move on to the next matchup. Officially, Ghostbusters has been busted.
Ooh, that one hurts, man.
Yeah, and then Fauci, what's going on, my friend? Hey, you amazing people. Let's go back to the future. Yeah, it might be our only hope to taking down Racing Arizona at this fucking rate. Oh, man. But let's go ahead and...
we got one more, right?
One more from the top right. And then we got bottom right. God, why is this...
Right bottom.
Yeah, right bottom, Daddy. Get it right.
There we go. Sorry. This computer is just not corroborating with me today. Here we go. Let's go to the next matchup here. We got our third... number 3 seed we're talking about tonight, Stand By Me, and it gets to go up against a freaking powerhouse and the Princess Bride. It's pretty much, this is 2 of the biggest kid movies of the 80s going one-on-one. One more towards the adult route and the other one more towards the fairy tale route. And you could just say this match is definitely inconceivable. Inconceivable. Not unconceivable. Inconceivable. This word, inconceivable. I don't think you know.
I can clearly not take a drink from the glass that has been placed in front of me.
How many men are there? There's 20 of them. Well, I can only take out 10.
That's the part that I love so much. Is as Chris, you brought it up just now. Is the fucking with the poison glass?
The 2 glasses,
yeah. That was so good. That went on for 5 minutes, probably 4 minutes too long, but it works every bit of it. And I'm so glad
that went on too long. Okay, no, I'm sorry.
Well,
I promise to move on.
Not literally. I actually think it went on a perfect amount of time. But when you're watching it, you're thinking about it. It's God dang, dude, this guy just won't stop. But it's amazing. That's what makes it so good.
Oh man, but Princess Bride, I've watched it before, rewatched it for the tournament, and it's so damn good. And Stand By Me was my very first watch. Very damn good movie too. Just because again, Corey Feldman's in it. Again, he's just in every fucking kid movie imaginable. I feel like he freaking just makes money off his ass. I bet he doesn't have to work for the rest of his life because those kid movies where they're sharing it to kids of the future generations, he's making that freaking million dollar bill, y'all. Legit. But again, it's worth it because Stand By Me hits you so hard because again, you're invested into these 4 kids and they all got their own personal problems. And then you just wanted to see how this particular adventure really just turns out for everybody and changes them. It's really, again, just sometimes it's even uncomfortable to watch at times, especially with the very underrated performance of Joaquin Phoenix's brother, River, yeah. So R.I.P. River, because he would have had an amazing acting career. But see, again, I love what Princess Bride did with Carl, man. I thought his performance absolutely fantastic.
Who's Carl?
Freaking Ignoria Montagna. No, I'm just kidding.
Carl, good to see you.
Coral. But no, Ignoria Montagna. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Say hello to my little flan. But no,
my name is Joe Montagna. You killed my daddy. He prepared to die.
Carrie Ells.
Yeah, Carrie Ells, I guess, is who he's talking about. He just
flat
out.
I can never pronounce his last name.
You just flat out said Carl.
I can't
Carl
pronounce his
Brett.
last name, man. Like,
Dude, we
golly.
gotta keep a running total of all these names that Brett.
God damn it, dude.
Man, you could make a legit drinking game out of this. But
It's fine.
Oh,
It's
man,
fair. Like I get
yeah.
no harm. I just love it. We've had so many
Carrie
interesting
Ellis.
games.
especially,
yeah.
I don't think nothing could beat Red Bull though.
I just love that. Yeah, I said Raging Mega Huge, so it's all everything's all fair, man. But I love Carrie Ells just comes down and is just now Carl. Got Carl in there.
Whatever. Just go on. Like, I've said my piece.
Okay, yeah, I'll toss in just a little bit, man. Yeah, same thing. We talked about it last week. It ended up being a first time watch for me, or at least if it wasn't a first time watch, it was the first time in a very long time, because I thought that Stand By Me was Stand and Deliver with Edward James Olmos. And I really enjoyed the hell out of it. If I had seen it, it wasn't since I was a kid. And I love the hell out of it. You know, I think that it really is a great coming of age story, you know. And like you said, Feldman's in there. What about Kiefer?
Keitha? Who the hell's
Kiefer
Kiefer?
Sutherland, dude. Kiefer.
Oh, yes.
Kiefer Sutherland's in there, man.
Yes, he is actually. Yes.
Yeah, as a young man. And love the hell out of it. On the other hand, in Princess Bride, we have Carl. We have Robin Wright, who was fantastic. Yep. And Andre the Giant. I mean, and so many, and Mandy Patinkin, like you said, who was the Inigo Montoya, Prepare to Die.
You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Which, fun fact about him, you know that his dad actually had passed away right before they shot the film, right?
Oh, did he really?
And then he came in, so that was like a big moment for him. A big line in the movie for him for that moment. And
you might have changed my vote with that piece of information.
And so many great character pieces in there, and Rob Reiner, I believe, directed it, right? Yes. Or was it Carl Reiner? Was it Rob or Carl?
It's not Carl.
No, honestly, Carl Reiner.
It's Rob Reiner. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Carl Reiner,
because he actually had three. He had 3 movies on our 64 bracket. Spinal Tap, this, and
yep.
And what was the other one? Blanking on it, but either way, there was a third one somewhere.
So it was. Wait a second. No. Who directed Stand By Me?
Rob Reiner.
He directed both of these.
Okay.
I had never.
Holy shit!
It had never connected in my mind until right now. But yeah, I think that he directed Stand By Me as well.
Oh wow! So
he did do Stand By Me. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the same director for both of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, it stands to reason that they both have withstood the test of time. Yeah, so that's what I had to say about the two. That's my feeling going into this. So I don't know, Brad, do you have anything that you want to add to either?
I'm good to vote. I feel good about it. I know which direction I want to go.
Okay. Yeah, I think I do now. Like, it took me a little convincing, but I think I know which way I want to go. Brad, do you want to go with then I go with then Chris?
Yes. I'm going to go Princess Bride here.
Oh, okay. Just I might have to go Stand By Me, just because even the song at the end, boom, 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 and then it's saying dark. I think even the uncut version, the song you don't hear about, it says BrettMan, stand by me, and I'll go no, I won't stand by you. But I am going to stand beside the Princess Bride, just because what Chris said about the father fact, because I did not know that. I was going to go Stand By Me, but that one completely changed my mind and just made that movie more special. So I'm going with the Princess Bride.
Yeah, I always had Princess Bride lined up for this one. And I think Stand By Me, as great as it was, and it really resonated with me even now, but I think it's also one of those ones, kind of like the Goonies I was talking about before, where if you didn't see it when you were a kid and it doesn't have that nostalgia factor like built into it, maybe it doesn't quite hit as hard. You know what I mean? But Princess Bride, on the other hand, is absolutely fucking timeless. So, the Princess Bride for me.
Alrighty, so we
Yeah.
got a fatality for the Princess Bride over Stand By Me, which I know a lot of people are fans of Stand By Me, so I bet that will come to a hurtful loss. So let's go ahead and go to the last region of the bracket here. And let's go ahead and see. And by the way, that was our first number 3 seed to get knocked off, because I did have a poll up of which number 3 seed will fall first. And we have a 3-way tie actually now with 11 votes. The Shining, Terminator, and Stand By Me is that 3-way tie. With The Thing, which we're actually getting ready to we're saving that matchup for last, so we'll see if it lasts. But at one point, Stand By Me was the number 1 winner of most votes of the first 3 seed. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and just end that poll because we just knocked out our first 3 seed. So let's go ahead and go with the last 1 seed to talk about of the evening. We got Back to the Future going 1-on-1 against a very surprising opponent of the I was about to say the Batman. So I gotta do this pronunciation right. It's just Batman from 1989, with freaking Michael Keaton save Gotham from the future that is Back to the Future.
What a tough freaking matchup.
Yeah, I think this is actually probably the second toughest matchup we talked about of the night, which the last one I think is the toughest. And I think Chris is so distraught, I think he left. So hopefully he comes back to put on that third vote. But Brad, I'll let you go first. Back to the Future versus Batman 1989.
I mean, it's right now I'm in such a Batman mode. We've been just rocking these Batman movies like nonstop, and I just saw the Batman, which was fucking awesome, by the way. So if you haven't seen it, check that shit out. You get such a fucking awesome world in Batman 89, built by Tim Burton, of course. Michael Keaton comes in as the role of Batman. Jack Nicholson, again, we're talking about him once again here today. With the freaking standout performance with the Joker here, man. Again, we talked about well, I don't know if we did talk at some point. We talked about ranking the Batman villains, and this Jack Nicholson freaking Joker, man. It's so good, man. It's fantastic. It really much feels like a comic book movie, comic book world that Tim Burton put together in this thing. It's so rewatchable too, though. It's like because you keep getting all these new things every time you watch it, like. And new little nuances you get from Jack Torrance's character of the Joker, and Michael Keaton does such a good job, such a good presence as the Batman in this movie. A great, phenomenal score from Danny Elfman in this thing, man, really setting the tone for years to come after in the comic book world. But Back to the Future, man, you also have such a good duo in Great Scott Boy and of course.
Michael J. Fox,
yes. Such a good time and such a good, just a story with those two. Michael J. Fox trying to get with his mom at prom. I mean, it's a little weird, but it's like it's also like you buy it, and it's such a good time, such a good story. Both of these movies are absolute classics. I think Back to the Future a little bit more so in the classic genre. As far as just the general pop culture. But both of these things spawned all theme park rides, all kinds of shit, from back in the 80s, man. BrettMan, what are you thinking about this matchup?
Man, I'll tell you first. Batman is just running wild, man. Just going.
Ignore the BrettMan. I'm still listening. I'm still here.
Oh no, I was like, "What's up, Bert?" But no, I was like, I can have a conversation with myself. But no, anyways, Batman. It's just so it's an interesting movie that I have way more respect for now than I did in the past when I first watched it. Tim Burton is a perfect dream fit of what Gotham is supposed to be, and Tim Burton just brought that world of Gotham to life. And we got great performances by Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson that will just forever live in time in comic book movies. Just absolutely fantastic. But it's just the thing, Foe. It's just Back to the Future, Foe. It has great characters too and great performances by actors and actresses. But I think just what really just stands apart between both movies is Back to the Future just has an overall better story. Like, just the story is so unique, so original for its time. Like, for the 80s, that's why I kind of say the 80s is the greatest movie era of all time, because of all these movies just are so original with their ideas. And so I always mention Back to the Future for a prime example of that. So that's why I'm always like, Back to the Future is such a damn good movie, and it's actually such a damn good franchise as well. The second and the third one are really strong too. They're not the best, but they're still really enjoyable. But man, there's nothing more enjoyable than Back to the Future, man. And I have a good time with the Batman too, but it's just, if you're going to throw both movies at me, I think I know which one I'm going to go with. So, Chris, welcome back. Some creepy judge was talking in for us. So, what do you think about the? I keep on saying the Batman, but that's 2022. So, what do you think about Batman and Back to the Future?
Yeah, man. I had the headphones on. I heard everything you said. I tend to agree with everything that you all said. I don't have too much to add into it. Like I said before, I was really surprised that this is one bracket of mine that did get busted. So I was surprised that the Batman see, you got me all fucked up. I was surprised that Batman made it this far. But between the two of them, I really love Michael Keaton. I think that he's one of the most underrated actors out there. Honestly, I don't think that he gets enough credit. He doesn't get enough love. And he fucking kills it pretty much every time. And Batman was no different. I think he did a great job here. But I do have to go to Back to the Future on this one. That's the one that gets my vote. I just think that it's endlessly fun. And yeah, I'm not gonna go on. We've already been on for an hour and a half, so I'm not gonna go on too long. I think that it's endlessly fun, and I can definitely watch it. Despite, I think Jack Nicholson had a fantastic performance as the Joker, as you already alluded to, talked about. So, but either way, Back to the Future gets my vote on this one.
Yeah, and if we're talking about just like best like performances, like I'm going to go with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson with their two characters, but there's going to have to come a point in this tournament where that is just not good enough to advance to the next round. Again, it's Batman's really good, but it's just Back to the Future just offers a lot more that pushes itself as a deserving Elite 8 movie.
So when I filled out the tournament, I had Batman advancing here, but the Batman fever has cooled down a little bit. I guess maybe since I've seen the Batman now, I've been able to kind of calm this one, the 89 version, down a little bit. So I'm going to go with Back to the Future here as well. I think it's definitely a better movie. And I've just busted my own bracket with this decision, but I think it's just it's such a good time, man. I had to go this route. Batman 89, absolutely love it, but god dang, we're talking maybe 5th place in the franchise at this point, man. What?
Well, according to Watch Mojo, I actually watched the video before. Well, according to Watch Mojo, right before I got on here with you, gents, they actually had Batman 1989 as the number 2 best Batman movie of all time.
It's great, man. It's fantastic, but man, I can't put. We'll get into the Batman ranking. We'll get there.
Yeah,
which is supposed to look like. It's fucking wild.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, was that a little? Okay, I'm not even going to ask questions. So I'd say let's go ahead and go into the last matchup of the night, and this to me is going to be the toughest debate here. We got number 2 seed Die Hard going to go 1-on-1 with John Carpenter's The Thing. So man, is the Thing going to beat The Thing that will go to the next round, or is it going to Die Hard along by Die Hard? And I have made up that bullshit, and so that probably didn't make any sense.
You did not. BrettMan, you said it last week. You did make sense last week when you said that Die Hard brings us in the 80s a normal human, like a normal dude to be
Just your normal average dude.
Yeah, your normal average action hero with Bruce Willis, and they did that brilliantly, I think, in this movie. And they do such a good job with his character that you really just you get attached to him, you love him. And he's so entertaining to watch. The way he talks to himself constantly. Oh, come down to the coast. We'll have some laughs. Whatever. He's so good. What do you think? I've ordered a fucking pizza here and all this stuff. Like, no, turn around, you motherfuckers. Like when he's got the fire guys coming. All that stuff was great. He does such a good job. Hans Gruber, man, knocks it out of the park here as a villain, man. Like one of the best villains.
R.I.P. Alan Rickman.
Yes, one of the best villains of all time in the action genre. He does such a good. Honestly, I off the top of my like, is there a better freaking action villain out there? Like, from a charisma standpoint, like you have T-1000 and whatnot. Like from a physical standpoint, but like, I mean, come on. Such a good job in the role. It's a Christmas movie. You got the freaking Christmas lights in there. You got the music playing. Great action sequences. Practical effects. You got the same dude from the Goonies comes back as an FBI agent here, and he has a good time flying high, reaching for the stars. So yeah, man, I just it's such a good time. But obviously on the other end of that, The Thing, man, such a good isolation again, like pitting people against each other. Kurt Russell comes in with a great performance, creepy, great effects.
Not just great effects, it's the effects. I think that it's just like it busted down the damn door. Like it changed the game for what practical effects brings into movies in general with John Carpenter's The Thing. I think it's the absolute greatest of all time for practical effects. I think it absolutely cannot be beat, especially with that guy that was in charge of the special effects. What he did, all the endless amounts of sleep he lost just to meet deadlines for this movie. It's just freaking incredible. And I'm not sure how you cannot reward that, like giving it the edge over Die Hard. But Die Hard, man, is definitely one of the best action movies I've ever seen in my entire life. Just because, again, like Brad said, of just referencing me from last week, you take this normal average guy, average cop, and you make him into a megastar in the action industry with Bruce Willis. It's just incredible. And plus, Alan Rickman playing Hans, just amazing villain. But I don't know, man. Like it could go either way of what's great and all, or just like what movie I prefer. Because I literally could go either way. Like I don't know at this point who I'm going to vote for. I really don't.
Well, that sucks. Don't fucking leave it to me because I don't really have too awful much to add to either of those. I'll just say that, like, to kind of echo what Brad had said before. I think the Thing is such a great isolation movie. Like, it creates this sense of sort of claustrophobia, as you watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's, that great thing they do with like distrusting everyone around you. You don't exactly know what's going on or who you can trust or you can't. And it's fucking John Carpenter, man. I think the score lends itself to that in The Thing, and the practical effects, of course, are great. And then in Die Hard, I mean, like you said, it's taking your average Joe and thrusting him into this sort of larger than life action environment.
No, Brad, we're not busting through barriers.
We're getting thrusted into the genre, though.
Like we talked about, great. It also takes place at Christmas. Is it a fucking Christmas movie? We don't know. And yeah, man, it fucking rocks in that regard. So I know what I'm going with. Brad, are you feel good about it?
I'm good. I'm good. I got a good decision here.
Marty, what are you feeling?
I still don't know. I really truly don't, because they both offer so much to me. Like if you put both movies in front of me, like which movie you want to watch, I don't know, man. You pick because I'm going to be happy with either of them. It's that equal of a matchup because I get something different and unique with each movie. So I guess you guys are going to have to vote, and I'm going to have to like think about it a little bit more because like
Here's the question,
here's the thing though, it might not even come up to me. Y'all might already decide it already.
Here's the question, BrettMan. If you got invited to come out to the coast and have some laughs, would you go?
Or I rather probably want to play chess and with a computer and calling it a cheating bitch.
Just curl your toes into the carpet and let your and let it come to mind what you would rather do.
But I'm a fan of Alien, and the thing is kind of like in its own Arctic version of Alien. You know,
Brett, take your shoes off.
I don't have any shoes. I only have socks on.
Now,
have you ever wanted to throw an alien out of a window and then say, "Welcome to the party, pal"?
Don't get me started on the freaking the buddy cop that rolls up. What's his name from Family Matters?
Carl Winslow, baby.
Yes, dude. He comes rolling in. He's at the gas station. He's getting his freaking donuts and stuff, and he just gets roped in. He doesn't want anything to do. Believe me, he wants nothing to do with this. He gets roped into this, and God, yeah, that's such a good dynamic. Those two working together over the radio, and that friendship that develops there.
And then you get that asshole reporter too.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you got that kind of coming in. He comes back randomly for the sequel too, for some damn reason.
Yeah, that was awful. Okay, I made my decision.
Yeah, but first I will say, for me, it's also about like, I will say Die Hard is so much fun. It's all the one-liners that are in there, and then also, but then at the end of it, once everything is done, we've had our fun, all the one-liners. There is a good drama element, to it at the end of the day about family and things like that. So
especially when John has that one moment,
like kind of like Rory,
he just freaking talks to the he's like, hey, if I don't make it, you need to tell my wife that. Oh, like he was getting all emotional too. Like that was an impactful scene.
Yeah.
But Gory says, okay, it's a Christmas movie because it shows the family coming back together or Giefer. Yeah, but we know what you meant. Coming back together. Yeah, that's a great point. And then Rush, what's going on? Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Rochelle,
yeah.
No doubt, Rochelle. It is definitely a Christmas movie. That's what I say. So go back to that. What'd she say?
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
She said Did Hard. Did Hard is a Christmas movie. Are we now, Rochelle?
I never heard that movie.
Are we talking about the same thing?
Oh, God.
Right. I concur, though. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It is.
All right. I think it's now time to vote. I'll go ahead and throw my 2 cents out there on the vote. Die Hard, I should easily go with because, hell, on the channel, we got freaking Yippee Ki Yay, motherfucker, right? As a movie rating. That's how much as a channel loves this movie. So I should pay for it.
What happened?
I should. What? What? Oh, you talking about?
No, Daddy. What was that last little?
Oh no, I was just saying that on the channel that I should love Die Hard. I should pick Die Hard because we got a movie rating based off it with Yippee Ki Yay, motherfucker. Like I should.
Yeah, no, I knew what you meant, but I was just like, continue, man. Go on.
Anyways,
damn it, Bert, would you just vote?
I know, I'm trying to. Chris interrupted me.
I know.
But, so, anyways,
I've been drinking. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I can tell. But anyways, I was going with I'm going to go with God. No, anyways,
Brett, vote. Damn it.
Sorry, no. freaking sex bot, man. Chris freaking just fucked everything up. Anyways, I'm gonna vote now. I should pick Die Hard, but not so fast.
You can't resist us, Mr. Powers. You can't resist us, Mr. Powers.
Au contraire, baby.
Brett, would you freaking vote?
I didn't pick. You hit that. You hit that button. Dadgummit. So, anyways, I should pick. Can I finish? Fuck's sakes. But I'm gonna pick. I was gonna pick Die Hard, but not so fast. How can you go against John Carpenter, Kurt Russell, freaking Arctic environment? I am going with The Thing.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
Just fucking foe.
Moving on to the next. Who's up? You want me to go? You want to go,
It's
Brad?
your go. It's your go.
Okay, man. Yeah, I talked about the merits of the thing, and I think it holds up. It's still solid, but I don't know, man. Die Hard is a classic. It's hard to beat. I'm not gonna waste a lot of time because we've been on here for a while, so I say Die Hard, man. That gets my vote.
Oh, so it's going to come down to Brad with the very last. You
I'm
get?
gonna go Die Hard. I'm going. BrettMan, you
going-
said it yourself. We got Yippee Ki Yay in here as a rating. This is the first Golden Reel we ever put on the channel, and I just think it's I think that might have been an unofficial Golden Reel, but either way, it was nonetheless the first unanimous 5-star movie we put on there. And man, I fucking love Die Hard, man. It's one of my favorites.
Alrighty, so 2-1 with Die Hard. So Die Hard will move on to the next round. So we have now officially gotten our Elite Eight. So let me pull up the bracket just for a recap. So we got The Empire Strikes Back is going to go 1-on-1 with The Shining. Holy
God,
shit,
that's going to be fucking tough.
Holy shit, that's all I got to say on that matchup. And then the bottom matchup, we got the Breakfast Club going up against the Terminator, which that is a very unique matchup. I know this, it's just telling you, each week gets harder, tougher for the next event, just like a $2 steak. But then we got I'm just blown away with freaking this. Raising Arizona against the Princess Bride. Yeah, it's nowhere near
good movie. It's such a good movie.
It's nowhere near close what I had on my bracket. I would have never thought I'd see the light of day. I just call you a liar if you tell me those two are going to be going at it in the Elite Eight. And then lastly, our matchup. This is interesting right here. This is our only matchup in the bracket where it is a 1 seed versus a 2 seed in the Elite Eight. So it's Back to the Future against Die Hard, which, God, that's going to be a tough match too. So yeah, that is your Elite Eight, and man, just next Sunday, 5:00 is what we're going to plan on. Let me go ahead and show the schedule here, the new schedule, because we talked about it. So we did the Sweet 16 today. So next Sunday we'll be on at 5:00 Eastern time, going to do the Elite Eight, and then we're going to take a week hiatus because we're just going to take a week hiatus, and then we'll be right back in 2 weeks after the Elite Eight with the Final Four, aka also the championship round. And that will also be at 5:00 Eastern time, and that is for March the 27th.
Dude, man,
yeah, I'm telling you,
I cannot believe these matchups next week. I'm already racking my brain about it.
Yeah, man, it's going to be tough indeed. So, guys, do you have any last comments before we skedaddle on out here?
I don't, man. I'm excited. I think we got a fantastic Elite Eight set up here.
I think we really need to indulge those links that were sent to us in the comment section. I encourage everyone to get on these. Let's see, how are they listed? Online strips without clothing. So if anyone can afford it.
Yeah, I could just easily tell you they can fuck off. But yeah, I don't have anything less. I just got a lot of thinking to do. And apparently I'm going to have to watch Racing Arizona again.
Yeah,
as much as I don't want to.
Going with an open mind, man. I'm telling you, it's great, dude.
Okay, if you watch that, well, I watched them both recently, Princess Bride and Raising Arizona. I think I need to watch probably Back to the Future again, and
yeah, that'd be a good one to rewatch. The Addison Prep.
Maybe I might watch Terminator again too.
Yeah, that's a good one. I might watch Empire just for the hell of it, even though I remember that movie pretty much in the back of my hand. But yeah, I think Racing Arizona, Back to the Future are going to be the two movies I'm going to have to watch for next Sunday.
Yeah, same.
Chris, you have any rewatches you think you need to do before the Elite Eight?
No, man. I think everything that has made it to this point is something that I've watched like in the last couple of weeks. maybe Back to the Future. It's probably the one that I've seen. It's like the most distant watch that I've had. But outside of that, man, not really. No, I think I actually feel semi confident about the other ones. That it's not to say that there's not going to be some tough matchups in there, but I feel like I'm leaning one way or the other. I may go back and watch Breakfast Club again.
Yeah, see, that'd be another good one to rewatch too. So, but yeah, we appreciate everybody that tuned in. We appreciate you guys for keeping this channel afloat and keeping us motivated. And we will just again, we'll be back here for the Elite 8 next Sunday, 5:00 Eastern time, and we will see you again then.
Adios.
Adios, amigos.
Donde está la bitch?